All right, welcome. So we have made it to the Milan Lucic breakdown, okay? No matter how this channel and this video has came across your way, I appreciate each and every one of you. And this is a huge passion of mine to be able to present these breakdowns, okay? So this is Milan Lucic, and this is the Math 2Con 2 channel, Puppets on Strings. All right, I have several channels. Uh, okay, active on 4. I have 2 that I've retired. Okay, but this channel dedicated to these special breakdowns. Okay, and I mentioned Canadian ice hockey player Milan Lucic. You see his position, left wing, okay? An unrestricted free agent, most recently played for the Boston Bruins of the National Hockey League, and in my opinion, one of the, if not the most intimidating player uh, of all time. That's my opinion. And talk about an overall player, right? This guy could pile on the goals and very physical. One of the players you do not want to play against, okay? And I think it is kind of sad that, an unrestricted free agent, right? Okay? Um even his age, currently 36. I know getting up there in age, but it's a shame that this player couldn't, just stick with one team and play longer, right? So, and they have fighters in the NHL as well, and this guy could definitely throw down, but not all that he's good for. But like I mentioned, a player you absolutely fear having to go against, right? So, with all of that being said, we can go forward here. Now, this is where his stats sit. I think I got this from like ESPN.com or something. But you see 233 career goals, 353 assists, totaling 586 points. Now you're going to find many players with better overall career stats, right? But with this guy, I mean, you just had to watch him play, okay? An amazing player, like I said, a player I would love to have on my team. Okay, I'm not a big hockey fan like I used to be. As I've grown older, I've found out I've been deceived by sports, right? And that is another reason why I'm here doing this breakdown, okay? But you see, we'll go over this info that you're seeing here. You see pick 50 in round 2 of the 2006 draft. Birthplace Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, right? Birthday June 7th, 1988. But look at the plus minus here. You see he's got a plus 59 in that category. And that's interesting right there. Okay, that when I look on his Instagram, I see 59 posts, okay? And a plus minus rating. A plus is given to a player who is on the ice when his team scores an even strength or shorthanded goal, while a minus is given to players on the ice when opponents score in those situations. All right. The difference is the plus minus rating. Okay. So you got the NHL here, National Hockey League. I want to go over to the Instagram real quick. And let's maybe we can play some reels real quick. Hopefully the volume crosses over just to so we can hear Milan Lucic, and I have a couple video clips as well within the breakdown. But let's just click on some of these real quick.
07.
Damn,
07, 08, yeah, 07.
Damn,
so
yeah.
Hey, what was really dope about that, so I came here in 07, and to be honest, I didn't really know much about the city of Boston. You know, being a kid from Vancouver out west, I didn't know much about the history, what Boston was all about. You know, I've always been a sports fan. So I get here in 07, and, you know,
notice he's mentioning 06, 07, right? Notice that. And just, you know, if hopefully you can hear it. Sometimes the volume doesn't cross over on the recording. But I'll try to like narrate it.
Patriots come out, you know, first year with Randy Moss.
You
know, they yeah, starting off that season the way that they are. Then we head into October. The Red Sox are in their 07 run. And actually the first two games Red Sox I went to as a Bruin was the ALCS against Cleveland, a game 6 and 7. And
I don't know if you heard that, but he said the first game he went to, Red Sox versus Cleveland, he said game 6 and game 7. Now, Milan Lucic, again, you know, Boston, huge with their sports. He's got the Celtics on right there. He's speaking of the Boston Red Sox. But his birthday is June 7th, 6-7. Okay? And remember, he's mentioning the 06 being drafted and then playing in 07. And then he mentions game 6 and game 7 going to the Red Sox. Indians playoff game, right? Or right? I think that's what he said. But now, like the Cleveland Guardians, correct?
It was it JD Drew?
Yeah,
he hit that grand slam in the bottom of the second.
So they won it. They won it that year.
They won it.
The Sox
won the Rockies,
and then the Celtics won the
Kevin
next
Garnett,
year. Right?
you got Kevin Garnett here, and Ray Allen,
KG, and Ray Allen, and all that type of stuff.
Hey, New England, it's Milan Lucic here. It's coming out for Sunday Night Football. Go Pats, go! Hey, New England, it's Milan.
Almost looks like a fake background, right? But probably not. Maybe not.
Ready?
This might be him with one of his kids, maybe.
Stand up.
Oh, good throw. Right, here goes.
Yeah. Ready again?
Okay. Bring it in.
All right, so just to kind of, you know, get a little bit more here. What other? Okay, cool, and just some other. And this is a big guy you see right here on the right. Okay, so just to get a little more familiar, now we can go back. Let's go back to the presentation here. Let me open it up before I present. Okay. All right, so we're back here now. All right, and shout out to y'all. And this player, as I stated, a free agent. Okay, what a shame, you know. You know, it appears that his career could be coming to an end, if not over already. But Boston Bruins, he's played for Los Angeles Kings, Edmonton Oilers, and Calgary Flames in the NHL, right? The National Hockey League. Let's play this.
Don reached out about 2 weeks ago, actually, when it first happened, and Sweens called me and he said he was interested in having me back,
Now,
and
this is before he becomes a free agent again. He was with the Bruins, left, and then came back. Okay, now we're a free agent again.
he asked me if I had any interest in coming back, and obviously it's it's a place that's close and dear to my heart, and having the opportunity to come back. I mean, you can see the smile on my face right now. It feels like I'm going home, and it's always I've always felt like I've always been a Bruin, and I'm just so happy and thankful for the opportunity
Okay, so that's all I really need to play of that so
to
far. Okay, so now let's get into it a little more heavy, okay? So, this is the code right here. And for those of y'all who don't know what this is, you see, in numerology, gematria is the practice of assigning a numerical value to a name, word, or phrase by reading it as a number, or sometimes by using an alphanumerical cipher. The letters of the alphabets involved have standard numerical values, but a word can yield several values if a cipher is used. You see right there. Okay? And look, I used 4 ciphers to show you with the English language and the alphabet. Okay? I think it's pretty simple. I have a lot of practice in this. It may come more simple to me, but I'm here to help y'all to see this code, okay? And you see ice hockey player, right? Canadian ice hockey player Milan Lucic, left wing. Look at ice hockey equals 84 and 48. And the last name Lucic, you also get 48. Okay? And you heard him speak of the Boston Bruins and what he thinks of the franchise, right? Feels like he's coming back home, right? Uh, left, was a member, left, ventured out to some other teams. Now, came back to Boston. Now again a free agent. We'll see what happens from here on out. But look, Milan, so you see Lucic 48 like ice hockey. Milan equals 22 and 32, just like Boston, okay? And those are the same ciphers up and down. You see that? Milan and Boston, with the reduction and reverse reduction ciphers. Now, with the reduction ciphers, with the language going forwards, with the alphabet, right? When you apply ABC 1, 2, 3, 26 letters, you do that, but you want to reduce it when it gets to double digits, okay? By adding the 2 digits and reducing to a single digit. That's it. And you do the same in reverse with the alphabet, and that would be reverse reduction. So you see 22 and 32, and kind of born to be here, right? The first and last name matching up with hockey and Boston. And this is amazing because it's not always just about those letters and numbers. I notice with the names a lot of times. Okay, and right in front of our face. All right, look at Lucic. You see how it kind of appears like Lucifer, right? Okay, and I hope you enjoy the slide there. And look at what I have to go along with the name. And you see it's all in the language here, right? You see very similar Lucic, Lucy, Lucifer. Okay, look at this. So I mentioned age 36. So you get the 3, 6. Okay. Born in the 6th month. And look at how the B for Boston Bruins, look at how the B kind of appears like a 6, right? And look at this other Boston Bruin member, Brad Marchand. He may be like a captain or an alternate captain at this point. Don't quote me on that, but one of the team leaders nonetheless. Look, he wears 63 on his jersey. You see that? So you get the 3-6 reverse. Lucic born in the 6th month. And I remember doing a little mini breakdown on this. Brad Marchand, look over on the left. He played against the New Jersey Devils. Okay? His 666th career game. And it looks like at the time he had 666 penalty minutes. Okay? And that's Lucic kind of throwing the hands down there. Marchand, not as much of a fighter, but, I think he's been in a couple. 666 penalty minutes. Kind of like a guy who could get under the skin of other players on other teams. But anyways, look at that right there, right? And, Brad, you get the B as well, like Boston Bruins. Okay, and again, you see how the B is similar to the 6 right there, okay? And Bradley Marchand is the name. Bradley Kevin Marchand. So look at just with the first and last name equals 6-6. Okay? And that's the reduction cipher. And this has been another teammate, Boston Bruin great Zdeno Chara here on defense, right? So look at he wears number 33, and I think this player, he's played a lot of seasons. I think he may be about retired. If he's not, he's definitely nearing the end of his career, and he's kind of he's been on other teams as well. All right, and I think he might have left and came back also to the Bruins. Some of that stuff that I'm just speaking there, that's just kind of on the fly. But yeah, I think that he might have left and came back. But anyways, we're on the Milan Lucic breakdown. But look at Chara. He's born in the 3rd month, number 33, and Lucic equals 33. All right? So you're seeing like a 3-6 theme here. All right, and even Chara, C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. Okay, so interesting, right? And Milan Lucic, drafted in June, the 6th month, in the year 2006. You see that? NHL entry draft and made the Bruins roster as a 19-year-old. Okay? In 07-08, 3 years later, he won a Stanley Cup. You see that? So it's a lot of 3s and 6s. Okay? And he even has that 6 there with the draft jersey, I guess because the year 06. Right? But the 6-month birthday. So you see how these numbers just kind of go with the franchise and with the characters, right? And it doesn't necessarily pertain to one guy, as I'm showing you here, right? And you see he wears the 17 on the jersey, okay? Drafted 17 days after his birthday. Right? And keep in mind the whole time he's got the 6-7 birthday. Remember earlier, he went to game 6 and game 7 playoffs, Red Sox versus Cleveland. And he mentioned drafted in 06 as he was referring to the 07 season. You see that? Amazing. And look at that. It was held in General Motors Place in Vancouver, British Columbia. And didn't they say he was born there? Okay. The Bruins, they have won the Stanley Cup 6 times. You see that? And the most recent in 2011, right? But that's you get another 6. Okay? You follow me? And look at that, established in 24, 2 plus 4 is 6. And the Bruins, a member of the original 6. Okay? Bruins, Blackhawks, Red Wings, Montreal Canadiens, New York Rangers, and Toronto Maple Leafs. Each season from 42 to 43 through 66, 67. So you get the 66 again, original 6. Remember, the B is like a 6, Boston Bruins, 66. And, 67, remember that's Milan's birthday, June 7th. Okay? And they won the Stanley Cup in 2011 in June. June 15th. You see it right there. And a riot broke out. Okay? So he's born in Vancouver, right? You see this Stanley Cup win against the Vancouver Canucks. You see that? And it said his draft was in Vancouver. Okay? So that's amazing, I think. And it was in game 7. You see that? With the victory over Vancouver. Remember, he's born on the 7th day, okay, of his month, June. So that's amazing. And you see, look at the picture there. Doesn't that look eerie? Kind of looks like another event in history, doesn't it? And this is 2011. Remember the date you see the picture, and remember, we'll never forget, right? You know what I'm talking of. Okay? That was in 2001 in New York, right? Uh think about it. Towers, right? But look at the pic, looks eerily similar. But 2011 is like 2001. You see? With that event, okay? But I want you to notice just like the chaos and the smoke and think about it, fire, smoke. Remember Lucic, Lucifer, okay? Look at the weight, and there'll be different weights that pop up, but this is right off of his Wikipedia. Weight 236 pounds. Look at his height, 6'3". So you get the 36, you get the 63 again, and you see once again age 6, and born in the 6th month. Remember Brad Marchand, or Marchand, however you want to pronounce it, he wears number 63. Okay? And I mentioned the Vancouver connection. There's been 3 of them, I think, so far. Well, born in Vancouver, British Columbia, in the original cipher, I put it there simple so you can see. Look at that. Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, the birthplace. 306. Okay? Just A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. 306 is like 36. How about that? I'm noticing even over here, Lucic signed as a free agent with Edmonton, the Oilers, in July. Remember, he's born on the 7th day of June, so July the 7th month. And look, 2016, playing 3 seasons for the Oilers before being traded to Calgary. And 20 plus 16 is 36. Even Calgary, C, again, is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. Okay, amazing. And you even get 36 date numerology on his draft. The 6th month, 24th day, the 6th year. Added up, 36. Okay? And if you haven't noticed by now, also a member of the Calgary Flames. Okay, so what is going on here? What's going on here? And you've heard the term, it's hotter than HE double hockey sticks for hell. So, right? So you see the theme here. Okay? And it doesn't mean that this player is some kind of evil character, but there's some kind of connection here. And in my opinion, it all goes back, and it just starts like with the language. Again, B looks like the 6, right? And there may be more to it than that, all right? So that is a lot of 3s. That's a lot of 6s. And there's a little bit more, so hang tight. Okay? And again, I hope, and that's amazing because ice hockey, Burr, right? And then you get, obviously, this connection. And remember the riot right there. Smoke billowing from fires in downtown Vancouver. Okay? You see that? And, a lot of violence, it looks like, went down, as I'm noticing there. Okay? So we're moving along smooth here. And again, you see the members, you see the teams that he was a member of here. But, most notably with Boston. And I watch a lot of these like highlights and stuff. I like even like the hockey fights. This character, not strictly a fighter, as I mentioned earlier, but one of the toughest players ever to play in the National Hockey League. All right. Definitely, as I said, a player you want on your team. But you see LA Kings, not in any particular order, Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flames, and Boston Bruins. One might even forget that he was a member of maybe a couple of these teams, right? Because it's just sad that he couldn't just stick with the Bruins his whole career. And that doesn't happen all the time, because even Zdeno Chara, the big defenseman that I mentioned, even he kind of, was on a few different teams. All right. So, and look at this. His birthday, the 7th day of the 6th month, right? And let me read this at the bottom first. Matched up against the first-seeded Montreal Canadiens in the opening round, Lucic scored his first Stanley Cup playoff goal in Game 3 on April 13th, 2008. So very early in his career. Look at that. 7 weeks, 6 days before his 7th day, 6-month birthday. Okay, so you get the 7 and you get the 6. And remember, he said he went to game 6 and 7. Speaking of baseball and the Red Sox. Remember that? Bradley. Speaking of Brad Marchand. Bradley equals Milan Lucic's birthday. the ordinal cipher, Bradley equals 67. And you see, he has been playing with Boston since '08 and has showcased his talent on the ice, named captain of the Bruins. Okay, so we clarify that. In 2013, 20 plus 13 is 33. Okay, and is currently playing with the team. And he's 5'9" and weighs 182 pounds. He's 5'9". Didn't it say Lucic had 59 posts and Lucic was a plus 59, right? And was that 59 posts on Instagram? I think is what that was. It was a 59 if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we look at it here in a little bit. So amazing, right? Okay, that's amazing if you ask me. And Milan Lucic here, it says he's got distinctive posture, can be attributed to uh Schurzman's disease, I think is how you pronounce it. Schurzman's disease, a skeletal disorder that affects the growth of vertebrae, resulting in an uneven curvature of the upper back. And look at how big this guy is. Holy crap. Definitely a guy you do not want to mess with. And these hockey fights are legit. Real punches, real fights. Now, they may be kind of set up for entertainment purposes in a way. And I don't even, I hate to even say that, but they've been accused of that, kind of staging the fights, but real fighting for sure. Y'all check out some maybe YouTube hockey fights if you haven't. But even Schurzman's disease equals 76 in reduction. And remember his birthday, right? The 7th day of the 6th month. So, we just hit all the 33s, 66s, 36s, 63s. And the whole time you see how we're hitting the 76 or 67, however you want to state it, that connects with his birthday. Okay? And, even the reduction cipher, once again, J is the 10th letter. So 1 plus 0 is 1. K the 11th. 1 plus 1 is 2. Reduce it all like that. Forwards. When you just apply the method, A is 1, Z is 26. You reduce it like that. Okay? That's it. 4 base ciphers. And even Charles Adams, the Boston Bruins founder, date of birth 1876. All right? And Charles, even C, again, is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. All right? What are the odds? He takes the permanent diet, right? Charles Adams, October 2nd, 1947. Okay? And look at his you see his birthday here, right? Look at his birthday, October 18th. So he dies you see he dies 16 days on the calendar here. I'm taking my time here because I'm trying to make sure I stated this right. But he dies October 2nd. Okay? And if you run October 2nd to October 18th, right? That's a 17-day span from start to end. And again, Lucic has the 17 on his jersey. You see that right there? So he his that would be his I don't know if I put that right on the calculator, but it's a 17-day span nonetheless, okay? Cuz that would be 16 days dying before his birthday, okay? But when you include start to end, it's 17 days, all right? So what are the odds again with that 17 on the jersey? All right? And man, it's early here in the AM. So that would be his death date anniversary, right? So he died in 1947 on October 2nd. Oh, okay. Nonetheless, I don't know, it doesn't appear right this early AM. But nonetheless, that's a 17-day span, okay? He dies October 2nd, and then his birthday is October 18th. So a 17-day span nonetheless. And remember, this is the slide from earlier. Milan Lucic, you see, drafted 17 days after his birthday, right? So you see that? Amazing. Okay? Simply amazing, right? Now let me play this because this player has had an arrest semi-recently, and it may have been the downfall of the character. And it's kind of sad because we know with these stories, think about soap operas, how characters are replaced. Okay, it's time for your character to see a downfall. That's just sad, right? So here's a video on the arrest, and I hope it plays, and I hope all the volume's been good so far. But alleged domestic incident here.
Bruins winger Milan Lucic has been put on indefinite leave by the team tonight. I-team sources say the NHL veteran, who just returned to the Bruins this season, was arrested overnight as a result of a domestic incident. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ken McLeod. We're being told the player's wife called police accusing her husband of trying to choke her. WBZ's Christina Rex is live for us outside TD Garden tonight. Christina?
And, you know, sympathy with that situation, because I know that happens in the world, right? This is a mainstream trending at the time news story, and we know how the news gets down. And think about the code that we're hitting on already with patterns, and some of the stuff is just gonna happen, okay? It's just gonna happen with history repeating and such, with the patterns.
Yeah, Ken, and of course the Bruins had a home game at the Garden tonight. Coach just spoke a few minutes ago, but he kept it all business, all hockey, staying pretty private as new details about this alleged domestic incident emerge. As Bruins fans head into a Saturday night home game, number 17's recent arrest was top of mind.
As an organization, it's something we take extremely seriously.
Milan Lucic was arrested overnight Friday into Saturday. According to WBZ I-team sources, his wife called 911 and told police Lucic attacked her and choked her. When the police showed up, I-team sources say Lucic appeared drunk.
Biggest thing for us is we care a lot about
Brad Marchand right there.
their family.
Teammates carefully reacted to the news in the locker room.
It's tough to see, you know, your teammates and your friends going through stuff like this and their families. So, yeah, definitely worried about the Brit and the kids and Luch himself.
So her name was Brittany, I'm guessing. You get B again, like Boston Bruins, and this is Brad speaking here.
But they have all the support in the world. Anything they need, we're going to be here for them.
The Bruins say Lucic is taking an indefinite leave of absence from the team. He had just come back to the Bees in July, but hadn't played in weeks due to an injury. Advocates say this is a reminder domestic violence can exist anywhere.
It doesn't matter how much money you have, how popular you are, how much notoriety you have, where you live, that anybody
You even get another B there, don't you? Brown.
can be a victim. And then I think it's also very telling that anybody can be an abuser.
Stephanie Brown runs the state's domestic violence hotline and says the Bruins have an opportunity here to show their support for this family and others.
I would love to see them do a public statement, that says we don't condone domestic violence. As a community, we shouldn't condone it. Here's what we're going to do to support survivors.
And you'll see here on your screen now, there are resources available locally for anyone who thinks they or a loved one may be in an unsafe situation. The hotline to call SafeLink is at 1-877-785-2020. We also want to let you know we did reach out to Milan Lucic's agent, and we did not hear back for any comment tonight. Live outside the Garden, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
All right, Christina, thanks.
And I'm noticing on the Wikipedia as well, just another 3. Again, it says most recently played for the Boston Bruins of the National Hockey League, but he played major junior. It says he played major junior career with the Vancouver Giants of the Western Hockey League for 3 seasons and captured the Memorial Cup while being named tournament MVP in 2007. So there's another 3 even right there, okay?
Bruins.
And look at this. They say he was drunk. He appeared to be drunk when police found him. And this was in 2023. If they haven't mentioned it or I haven't mentioned it lately, drunk equals his birthday. That's drunk in the reverse cipher. 67. Again, his birthday, June 7th, 6/7. Okay? And let's here's Brad Marchand. We'll play a few more seconds of this.
What's your reaction to Milan?
Yeah, we're obviously aware of what happened last night with Luch. The biggest thing for us is we care a lot about their family. We're a family in here. We're all very, very close. So
I basically I'm showing Brad for a reason.
What's your reaction?
Because you've seen the connection so far, right? Well, look at Lucic. He was 35 at the time. Okay? Was accused of assaulting his wife on November 18th. Okay, and that it was 2023 at their apartment in Boston. Okay? Well, you see, accused of assaulting his wife November 18th, 5 months and 11 days after his birthday. After his June 7th birthday, 5 months, 11 days later, this accusation, that's Brad Marchand's birthday, 5/11. May 11th. You see right there? Okay? And, he's born May 11, and again, Lucic the same year, the following month, June 7th. Look at that. What are the odds? Again, arrested 5 months and 11 days after his birthday. And Brad Marchand's birthday is 5/11. How about that? Right? How about that? Okay? So this is undeniable if you ask me. So, we've made it. Okay? Well, I guess we have one more. Damn. Even on the arrest, on the assault date, being accused. Right? Look. 36 date numerology. Another 3/6. 6 plus 7 plus the year. 23. Or that's his birthday. Excuse me. So his birthday before the alleged assault, right? Okay? 36 date numerology. 6 plus 7 plus the year 23. With the arrest for assault and battery on an intimate partner following an incident at his apartment. How about that? Okay, so I guess I have one more little connection here. Even Lucic equals 87 like Brad Marchand. And even Bradley Marchand, 87. And Boston Bruins, you get 51 and 75, just like Brad Marchand. Okay? So, that's the Milan Lucic breakdown. Okay? And we can just slowly go back. Amazing, right? And I hope you all enjoyed that. I know I'm not perfect. I'm a real person, all right? But I really enjoy doing this. It's a passion, it's a hobby, but at the same time, I get to help expose this code, okay? And I'm doing it for the right reasons. It gets tiring sometimes. Sometimes we got to mix it up and do it different ways. That's why I have multiple channels. But remember, this is Math 2 Con 2. Okay, my name's Matthew O'Connor. That's kind of where the name came from. And it's the second Math 2 Con channel. I retired the first one, which is still out there on YouTube. But Math 2 Con 2 with this breakdown. Okay, and remember, Puppets on Strings. Also, a name affiliated with the channel, all right? But I do want to go back to that last pick, the actual thumbnail here. And don't forget, HE double hockey sticks. Okay, to go with that B that looks like the 6. With all the 36, 63, 66, everything that connects. With Milan Lucic's birthday and even his jersey number with the founder, right? Charles Adams, with the 17-day span, right? He dies a 17-day span from his death date to what would be the upcoming birthday. The 17 on Lucic's jersey, okay? Drafted 17 days after his own birthday. So really amazing. So I appreciate everybody again. The Milan Lucic breakdown, Math 2 Con 2, Puppets on Strings. Appreciate everybody. And you could check out the Young Thug breakdown I just did a few days back. And there will be more to come. All right. So shout out to everybody. Hope you enjoyed the Milan Lucic breakdown. Until next time, we'll see what happens moving forward with this character. But they say a free agent currently. Okay. So until next time, peace.